Hello, my name is Charlotte, and we're going to be taking this drawing I did, and we're going to be making this vest right here. It starts with making a muslin, and instead of doing it the proper way and actually making a pattern, I actually took the vest pattern that I wanted to do that fit perfect for the bodice. And then I took the pattern that I did for the jacket that actually has the tuxedo tails on it that I wanted, and I kind of just laid one over the other and then just figured it out on the muslin fabric, and then I'm going to sew it together and kind of fix all of the issues and everything that way. So once I successfully combined the two patterns into one, I went ahead and laid my fabric out, and I put the muslin pattern pieces down and grabbed my fabric weight and some scissors and went ahead and got this thing cut out. Then I went and put those pattern pieces onto the lining, and I was a little worried that the lining was going to shrink up on this when I quilted the lining to the fabric. So I just cut the lining in kind of wide pieces around it, and then I marked where I'm going to put the quilted lining stitching on with pins. And then I run over to the sewing machine and go ahead and quilt the lining to the base fabric. And once it's all quilted, then I actually at that point go ahead and cut the lining down to the right size that it's supposed to be. Then I take all of the pieces and I lay them down across my work table in the order that they're going to get sewn together, and then I sew all the fashion fabric pieces together, making sure to pull all of the lining out of the way so that I can finish the lining separate. And then once all of those pieces are sewn together and then I have the lining go ahead and ironed down and then folded under, I go ahead and hand stitch the lining down so that the inside looks just as pretty as the outside. I got that all finished, and I figured that this is a good time to go ahead and put the zipper in, so I went ahead and folded back the front fabric, the pretty fabric and marked where the zipper was going to go, and then went ahead and attached the zipper in. Then I checked the zipper to make sure that everything was lining up the way that it was supposed to, and then went ahead and finished the inside of the zipper as well. And then the next step was to go ahead and put binding around the edges, and I decided to go ahead and bind around all of it since it's going to lace up the back. I wanted kind of the edge that the dark black binding would give to go between the lacing. So I just went ahead and did it around the entire outside and around the arm's eye as well. Next, I needed to figure out where all of the grommets were going to go for the lacing, and so I spaced them out and marked them all with the pins. And then I went ahead and made the holes, and since this is a pretty loose weave fabric and then the lining is silk, I decided to use an awl to go ahead and separate the fabric and then go ahead and push the grommet through instead of cutting the hole with the grommet, so that none of the fibers were actually cut, and that makes it a little bit stronger that way. The next step was to go ahead and cut the lacing to the right length that it needed to be, and then to keep the lacing from unraveling at the end, I went ahead and added aglets to the end so that it would stay all nice and pretty. Then I'm going to go ahead and lace it up and then try it on. I am just so happy with the way it turned out. I really hope you all enjoyed watching the making of this vest. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching.